Yo guys, back again, and for the second time in just over a month, we have completed a full run of car setups, this time for the updated post 1.06 update, which changed quite a bit of the handling. So let's take a look at this final track of Abu Dhabi and see what's changed with this updated setup. Starting with the aero, go 18 on your front wing, 22 on the rear, which is unchanged from my original setup. You don't want too much more front wing, and you definitely don't want to take away any of the rear wing, otherwise your car will be just too unstable. For the transmission, I've gone 55% on throttle, and then I've lowered the off throttle diff right down to 50% to get a little bit more rotation at slow speed. Suspension geometry, all the way right on your camber, all the way left on the toe, is kind of becoming the norm with F122 setups, especially for tracks which can handle it without increasing your tyre temperatures and tyre wear too much. And then for the suspension itself, again, I've softened the front and stiffened the rear a bit. Go with 5 on your front suspension, 2 on your rear, and then 7 on your front anti-roll bar and 4 on the rear. And then I've increased the front ride height by a couple of points up to 5 and left the rear ride height alone at 4. There were quite a few big curbs around Abu Dhabi, especially through the slower chicanes if you clip the curbs there, and through the final sector. So having a little bit more front ride height is just a little bit more beneficial for stability. Go for your brakes, 100% pressure, 50% brake bias as always. And then I've tinkered with the tyre pressures individually just to get the perfect setup. Go 23.0 on your front right and 23.3 on your front left. And then for the rears, I've offset these as well. Go 21.3 on your rear right and 21.5 on your rear left, or as close as you can get with your tyre pressure values. The right hand side of the car will take more load throughout a race stint, increasing the temperatures on the right front and right rear, which is why I've lowered them just one click on the pressures, just to keep tyre temperatures down a little bit on that right hand side. And that will do it for the Abu Dhabi setup and for all of these updated F122 setups. Fingers crossed Cody's do not release another handling update anytime soon, because as you're all probably screaming at me, I need to get onto the wet setups and can't be doing with another run of updating these dry setups. But if you've enjoyed these series of setups and you found the setups helpful, hit that like button and let me know in the comments below. Also, drop your suggestion in the comments below for what content you want to see in future videos. Obviously, we've got wet setups, which I'm going to look at shortly. We've got the potential for a My Team career mode. Let me know if you want to see that in the comments below. And think about subscribing to our channel if you're enjoying this style of content. But for now, guys, enjoy this setup and all of the other updated setups for every other track, and I will see you out there on track.